All right, so let's let's edit. Let's finish editing another time. I think that was our first pass of those first few paragraphs. So now we can work on the next paragraph. So, waiting for the bell to ring. Let's look how long this paragraph is. It's definitely long enough. Um, while waiting out the clock. Um, in my brother's math class. Uh, the door opens and someone hands an office aid. So be very specific, right? The more specific, the better. Paints a clear picture, and it keeps things rich for the reader. So, and an office aid, um, and an office aid hands the teacher. I'm not stating the teacher's name for obvious reasons. So hands the teacher. Although my brother did get in trouble, so it's not like. Um, and an office aide hands the teacher uh, a note, a note that I think it was it's called a yellow slip. I think it's called a yellow slip, which is which requested Chris Hoft to come to my then Spanish teacher's class. I'm given the slip and head out. Slightly confused. Then Spanish teacher's class. Okay, I'll fix that a little later if we need to revise. Okay, so I'm given the slip and head out, slightly confused. When I get to my class, the one that I should be in, I see my brother dancing in the middle of the class, and the class is roaring with laughter. My tennis teacher belts out, "You're not Miguel. You're not Miguel." So, I think it's the jig. The jig is up. And again, this is a cliche, but we could remove it if we don't use too many. I think it works. Like I could say we were caught, we were in trouble, but I think here the humor of the jig is up, like that we've seen in pop culture and movies and all that stuff. Like I think it's kind of funny. Um, so I can change it a little bit to make it not quite a cliche. A cliche. The jig was up. The jig was up. Um, and we were caught. Later, I find out that Chris was given a 0 on the test that I took for him. At first, my Spanish teacher thought we just did it randomly for fun. But when she later spoke with his math teacher and found out they were taking a test that day, they both realized, obviously both being my Spanish teacher and math teacher, they both realized that I was taking his test for him. So just did it. So we could say we just switched classes. I was taking a test for him. The reason that Chris was dancing was that oftentimes that's some Fridays, that on some Fridays in my Spanish class, the teacher would allow my good friend Mike McKenzie and me, allow him and me, allow him, allow my good friend Mike McKenzie and me dance for a few minutes to entertain the class. This usually happened on a party day or a quiz / party day. And I danced a particular way, and obviously Chris danced a different way. So here's a good place we can put twins. Clearly, we weren't totally twins as we got older. What was most interesting was that, so I can also be like grateful here and say, luckily, we didn't get suspended or expelled. I think we wouldn't have gotten expelled, but suspended. Luckily, we didn't get suspended or expelled, as the principal at the time himself had identical twin sons. And when he heard about the class switch, he laughed it off and exclaimed, "Those Hoff twins walked away. What was most interesting was that, actually, I think that's good. You know, we're keeping it as taut as we can. We didn't get suspended or expelled. We're answering obvious questions. Did you guys get in trouble? Did you get in trouble? I didn't get in trouble. At all for my role. But I didn't partake in any class switching after that day. Needless to say, it wasn't the best use of our heads. So it, again, you want to try to say it. So switching classes in order for me to take Chris's test for him wasn't the best use of our heads. And we learned a lot. And we each learned different things because we had different roles, and we each learned a lot. After that incident, we could say incident. We could say event after that event, but it's not really celebrating the event. Sort of an incident. We each learned a lot after that incident. Okay, I think this is a good paragraph, and I'll see you guys at the next video.